blow it in here.
Here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, it's Maymay and my trusty sidekick
Oh, Vinny's here.
with a mouthful of food. I wasn't gonna say it.
I mean, you didn't get it out of your first sentence out of your mouth before you threw me under the
Threw
bus.
him under the bus right away. Let's get this party started right. Okay.
Well, since you did it, I'm gonna take another bite.
They don't care if you're eating as long as you're not smacking in the microphone.
I can't promise that won't happen. That's good.
All right, guys.
It's Vinny's Vittles.
If there is a, don't tell them.
Man, it's good too.
If there is a sound in the back, a hum in the background, it's a fan. It's about 97,000 degrees in Alabama today, and the room I'm in doesn't have any vents. It has return vents. It's hot in here, so we have the door open and the fan is blowing straight in here. Because if we don't, we'd have to call this thing short. We wouldn't be able to do this all day.
So enjoy the fan.
Hey,
We
fans.
are.
Hey, fans. Enjoy the fan. Okay, check this out. This is what we're making today. So I was on Pinterest, as I am many times, many times, and I ran into these little jars made from mason jar dies. And I went, I got a mason jar die. I can do this. So I have created this. If you have our Jar O' Fun stamp set that looketh like, I don't know. Where's it at? Where's my stamp set? I took it apart. Jar of Fun. If you have the Jar of Fun stamp set, maybe somebody can bring me one in a few minutes. If you have that stamp set, you can create this and the die. You don't have to have the die. You can fussy cut this or use your scan and cut too to make the same thing. All you need to know is this secret little trick right here, which is not a secret. It is a trick. And these little peppermint sticks, it's July. Y'all know how hard it is to find Christmas candy? Well,
If
my
you go to
hubby,
Vinny's truck, you can find some.
my hubby has a thing for soft peppermint sticks. Not regular peppermint sticks. Have to be the soft ones. He loves them.
Don't give me no hard peppermint. That's gross.
So I went into his truck and I pulled them out. And this is how many he had left. Well, there was a little bit more left. I gave it to the boys. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway.
Oh, my Lord.
There's one more stick left. But anyway, isn't that cute? But anything can go in here. So today we're going to make one of these guys. So I'm going to put this one aside. And I'm going to use different paper this time. I thought it'd be cute if we use multiple papers because we already saw how it looks in one paper. So check it out. This paper, by the way, it's from my favorite paper pack. It's called, what's the paper pack called that I'm using for my class?
Will you turn that down to low?
I can't remember. This is Jar Fun. So today we're going to use the jar, we're going to use the lid, we're going to use the ruffle, and we're going to use the label.
That's all.
Okay.
One too many clicks.
He's melted. It is hot in here, y'all, but it's too fast or too low. Okay. Where my ink at? Here it is.
Done it. It's on the ball.
I'm going to use VersaFine Onyx Black for this because it does such a good job. And I'm just patting it onto my stamp. Now, one thing I did that I want to caution you guys about is I used a block that's a tiny bit too small. I should have used a bigger block, but I just grabbed this one, so I'm using it. So if you're going to do that, you got to make sure you get this pressed down everywhere. If you're using a die set, you want to make sure that you leave yourself enough paper around the edges for your die. And so since I'm going to be using my die, I've left myself a little bit around there. Isn't that pretty on there? I love this gray. And you might think you can only do clear mason jars, but that's not true. Nowadays we paint them and decorate them and do all that. So I think it's cute to use the paper, the pattern paper. I never did come up with the name of this paper pack.
That's 'Tis the Season, right?
It is called, why is it not on there? Yeah, 'Tis the Season. Thank you. Good job, you knew. It's 'Tis the Season. So that's the one we're using. And so there's the first thing I need to stamp. I also need to stamp in red. For this one, I'm going to do the ruffle in red. I love building mason jars with this little set. It's so cute. All right, so if you watched me for years with this stamp set, you'll see that I've made a scarecrow, a snowman. This set does all kinds of stuff.
We got a super chat from, I'm going to say Koopy 624.
Thank you. You didn't do your hands and they can
Oh.
see you. Okay, so I also want to do the lid in this gray plaid. And I wasn't sure if I could fit two on one sheet. So I have an extra sheet if I need it. But I think I can get two on one of these. So I'm going to do one here. Yeah. And then I think I can get one underneath it. If I can come back and do another one. But I think they'll both work. All right, and then the other thing I need to cut out before I go to the die cut machine is my little label. So let me stamp it. And to save time, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment in it. This side is dirty. Let's use this side. And this is a scrap from my scrap stash. You know, like your stash you have. I just reach in there and get. You can see I made one earlier here for that demo I showed you. But reach into your stash for your scraps on this one. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay. Notice on my first one, I used ink to match the, okay, so you see here, I've got the VersaFine for my label, but inside there I did a green ink to match the ruffle. I'm going to do the same thing here and use a red ink to match. Is Glamorous the one I want to use or Tulip Red? Let me see which one I want to use.
Oh, got to decide. Decisions.
And I'm not going to look at the lids. Oh, yep, already know. All right, this is not the one. So it's not Tulip Red. You did not win. Go back home. All right, so while I've got this here, and I've got to cheat a little bit. I didn't clean this, so I'm going to do this and clean it. Don't do what I do. All right, and then I'm going to stamp Holiday Treats. And I got to show you the stamp set this comes from because y'all going to love something I discovered. This Holiday Treats sentiment comes from the stamp set called Sweet Stuff. Okay, and check this out. So using Sweet Stuff, where is my little Sweet Stuff stamp set? The one I use, I mean. Here it is. Okay, so this set, although you think maybe Halloween or whatever, look what all can fit inside this little guy. So I looked, and Sweet Stuff fits in there. Enjoy the Holiday Treats will fit because the little enjoy word will sit right up in the little nook at the top. Here's another way to look at it. Look, I'll go like this. Thank you for being so sweet fits in there. A little treat for someone sweet, just for you, and also holiday treats fits in there. So this little guy is a great companion for Jar of Fun.
We got another super chat from Amy.
Thank you, Amy. That's awesome. All right, let's do some die cutting. So that means we're going to cuddle bug. Y'all ready to cuddle?
I see those eyes.
So let's cuddle bug it. Here we go. Here is, I'm using my extended plates today because I told y'all my magnetic plate got messed up and I haven't replaced it yet. So it'll happen. I'll replace it every time. All right. Jar o' Fun right there. Do y'all know where the name Jar o' Fun comes from? You can tell them, Vince.
You can tell them.
Okay. Jar of Fun comes from, we used to have a van that had all kinds of electrical issues and all this kind of stuff. Like, it was always struggling, okay? Always.
I mean, it was I don't even know how to describe it other than saying it was a strobe light on wheels.
It was a disco bar or something on a wheel. Like, it was the worst. The electrical issues with it, you'd be riding down the road and then all of a sudden all the lights would start flashing, and at night it was hilarious. I know people who rode around us would be like,
the problem is the connection on the passenger sliding door never would connect properly. So it would be under the impression that the door was ajar. So,
oh, get it? The door was ajar? Get it ajar?
So the bell would ring inside to tell you that the door was open, and the dome light would come on, flashing as it went on and off as it made connections as you drove down the road.
Funny.
So it was literally like a strobe light with a bell.
So we called it the Van O' Fun, and we also called it the Holy Van. Because
it would drive a very long ways with it saying it had 0 miles left before empty.
But what made it holy was because Vince would push it so far with the gas situation, my son Josh would be in the back seat praying because he was scared to death to run out of gas for whatever reason.
And I didn't always push it so far on purpose. There was one time in particular when we didn't realize we were out of gas.
Once we didn't realize it. The other times,
we had been driving for a period of time with it on 0, and then on the interstate there was no exit with gas, and we had to drive about 20 more miles.
But the other times he was very well aware that we were low on gas, and it would drive Josh to pray and drive him to his knees.
Oh yeah, he freaked out about that. And he would start
praying, and so we started calling it the Holy Van because anytime it got low on gas, Josh hit his knees, and Vince just would push it every time. All right, let's get all of these lined up. This one I always have to look and see which
I
way
mean,
it
once
goes.
I knew it would go a long way when it said 0 miles, there wasn't no point in buying the gas
It was
early.
worse. Once he knew it, poor Josh. Anyway, we called it the Holy Van because of that. And we also called it Van-O Fun because of the light situation. So when I made this stamp set, we must have still had it.
Oh, I'm sure we did.
Because I named this stamp set Jar-O Fun after the van.
Isn't that silly?
I think it's fun. I love
I
to
mean, how we
reminisce on
come
that
up
stuff.
with the things that we come up
Well,
some
I
with.
name everything, so if you know
I
me at all,
but still,
everybody knows
most
that by
people
now.
probably think we're just weird.
They would be
and they probably
mostly
wouldn't be
right.
wrong.
They would be mostly right. So, finished cutting this little guy out. We're almost there. We just got this one and the little banner, or the little, what's that thing called? Label. Okay.
Yep. Mini van, mega fun.
Yeah, that came from camp. We also had there was a song at camp. I'm shaky today, so I'm struggling. There was a song at camp that they did about minivans, because if you ever took youth groups to camp, there were about 100 minivans in the parking lot because all the parents would like bring all the kids to camp, and they would do a rap song at the camp we went to. They always did a rap every year, and my kids loved it. And this one year they did it, and they did minivan mega fun. It was so funny, and we've sang it forever. Anyway, that's where the name came from. A lot of my stamp sets get names because of stuff like that. Like, Ginger Fred, the stamp set that the gingerbread man that Mom helped me name, Ginger Fred, that came from because she said it reminded her of Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. So she said, like, Ginger Fred. Lots of things like that. It's fun when you can name your own stamp sets.
Michelle said, you two are couple fun.
Oh, that's fun. Only on camera. Listen, Vince is not the fun guy. He's a fun guy, but it's a different kind of fun guy.
Oh, now you're just ridiculous.
He's not the fun guy. Oh, I cut that wrong, but I'm going to
They
let
all
it go.
say I'm not the funny one, but I think I'm hilarious.
No, say
I just don't have the same sarcastic humor that you have.
you don't. By the way, I don't think I said this to you guys, but you need 2 of each of these. Because notice on my sample here that the front is done and the back. I just thought it needed that. It's going to be super cute. Okay, let's do that little connector piece that goes on top or goes around it. For that, you're going to need a 7-inch. I got to redo my math because it's been a minute since I cut this, but I think it's 7 by 2. Yeah, 7 by 2 inch strip. And this is where we got to get a little fancy with our footwork. Okay, so we're going to take our scoreboard, put this in the scoreboard, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch in on either side. And I'm going to take a second to talk about this because I think this might confuse you guys when I do it. 1/2 inch is right here, but my fingers don't fit in that 1/2 inch section for me to come over here and score it at 1/2 inch. So what I do is I come in 1/2 inch from this side. So this is 2 inches. I just go to 1.5 and I score there. Because this way I can hold my paper nice and steady and I'm not trying to fight to get over there to that 1/2 inch mark. Then I turn it around and do the other side the same thing. So 1/2 inch in and score it. So that gets me a score on both sides at 1/2 inch. And let me see if I can get it where y'all can see that. There we go. The 2 score marks. Now your next score marks are super easy. And let me remember them. Okay, 2.5 and 4.5. That's it. That's what you need to do to your middle piece. That's the whole part that puts this guy together, and it's that easy. I'll need that again. Okay, so now what you want to do, and this is the fancy part, okay? I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so we're going to fold our little, what would these be? If you're holding it at the 7 inch, we're going to do the vertical lines. Okay, so you're going to fold the vertical line, and what I need you to do is to do some snipping. Okay, so here's my score line here. I'm going to do a snip that way. So watch what I'm doing. From the score line over, I'm just doing a little angled snip, and I'm going to do that here as well. Just an angle, and I'll show you. I'll pull the scissors away. So see what I've done there? It's kind of like when we're making bows. I'm just taking bulk out of where that's going to turn. All right, I'm going to do that on the other side as well. If you do this here now, you don't have to do it later. You're done. Like, these are the only 2 little snippies, only section of snippies you need to do. See? That's what we're making.
You're cutting along the score line.
No, I cut.
Or
So this. Well,
from the score line in.
from the horizontal score line,
Yeah.
and then on this score line, I'm just cutting an angle up.
Gotcha.
And by doing that, what happens is when we go to fold this, we don't have the bulk of the cardstock that we would normally have. Now, here's something I discovered. So you have a couple options here. When you put this on the side, you can do it the same color like this. That's super cute. That's fine. If you like, let this be your side that's showing. But look at this. This is so cute. So on this one, I decided to turn it opposite, and look how it looks. It looks like it's all one piece because this is the inside of the same cardstock. Does that make sense? It's the double side. Mm-hmm. Now, inside, you'll be able to see the red, but we're putting treats in there, so we're not worried about that, right? But when you look at it here, it looks nice and seamless. So
are those peppermint sticks going to make it back to the truck after
they'll make it back
over?
to you, I promise.
Okay,
so because of that, I'm going
that.
to use the opposite side of the paper in the middle. You don't have to. That's just my choice. So now I'm just going to crease this down. Just like so. All right. And then I'm going to crease the other side. Same way. These are really easy to make, and you could sit down and like do all the assembly work, like do all your stamping, do all your die cutting, do all your, it's easy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and decorate these guys before I put them together because then I'm not trying to do it on the delicateness of the cardstock. All right, so here's what I discovered. If you will glue your lid skirt, that's what I'm going to call it, to your lid first, you'll like the way it looks better. All right, so take your glue, and right here at the top of your lid skirt, just run a strip of glue right here. You're going to glue this all down in a minute, but for now, just run a strip of glue right here. I'm trying so hard not to squirt a huge glob out. Come on, little art glitter glue. I don't want to squirt a huge glob out. So, there we go. Little tiny line. Good. And then I'm going to glue this right over top of it. Get on there. And I'll bring this up to camera and let you see it. So you see how I just glued it right overlapping like that. I think it's super cute like that. And it's easier to do it this way. Now, it might be easier for you the other way. For me, this was the easiest way. And then glue my lid right over the top of it. Just like so.
Mills Faves wants to know, is that some new bling on your wrist?
It is. It's some of my paparazzi bling. Scotty. I'm going to get a little Scotty. And I'm going to pop this guy up. Just like so. So a little piece of Scotty. Put it right on there. And then I'll put that on in a second. So now let's go back to our jars. Now what you want to do is glue this whole piece onto your jar where the lid would go. And you can, it's just easier this way, if this makes sense. If that makes sense. And you can glue the whole piece on now. So put that down there like so. Isn't that adorable? This always reminds me of my grandma. Back in the day, this was the thing to do, was to put the fabric over the mason jar and then twist the little ring on. I'm sure we still do that, but it really reminds me of my grandma. My grandma Gay. She always had that kind of thing in her kitchen. All right. So, put this one on. They don't have to be perfect. You will not even know the difference. Then I'm going to pick which one I like best to be the front. They're almost identical. They're virtually identical. So, for some reason, I want this to be the front.
Y'all, the thing I love about them soft peppermint sticks is when I was a kid, I used to get them in my stocking along with navel oranges. And we would roll the navel oranges and get the juice just full of juice and cut a hole in the top and stick that peppermint stick down in the orange and use that peppermint stick as a straw and suck that orange juice up through the navel orange, and it was good.
I actually tried it.
Memory.
I tried it since we've been together, and it is good. Your dad loves to do that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Check this out. So this piece is the piece we're going to glue down first. So this little middle bottom section goes down first, okay? And what you're going to do is just put it as low down on your jar as you can without hanging off the side. And I will show you what I mean. So you see how I put it as low down on my jar as I could without hanging over the edge. So you want to be clear on the sides right there. Okay. So there's the first one. Now we're going to run around these sides and glue the sides down as well. Now, I'm trying to show this to you on camera, so this is going to get awkward.
That's going to be stinking cute.
This is going to get awkward for camera, the way I'm having to hold it. But when you're doing this at home, you can actually, sit it down and do it like it should be done. All right. So there's side number 1. I want that to be a little straighter. There we go. And now side number 2. Numero 2. I did a little Southern Spanish in the pre-comments too.
I saw that.
Yeah. Hola, y'all. But you actually have to say, hola, y'all.
See, that's the bad thing. I thought you were saying holla.
Holla. Holla. No, holla is spelled completely different.
Yeah.
All right, now with this guy like this, we're just going to put some glue. Just like so. And now we're just going to, I tell you what's probably the easiest thing is to take this to that one and do the same thing. Get your little bottom of your box as far down as you can get it without overlapping. Try to line these guys up so you see what I did without overlapping. You can stand it up and see if you're even. I'm pretty even right there, actually. And then what I'm going to do is take my bone folder and run it inside and squish. Get my glue where I want it. Squished. Look at that. Isn't it cute?
I'm telling you, that's stinking cute.
We're not done.
It's still cute.
It is cute. Now I want to add ribbon. And this one I want to add silver. Silver. All right. We have this ribbon in store, by the way. It's so pretty. We have all kinds of ribbon. If you need ribbon for your holiday projects, check out what I've got. Because I bought some really nice satin. I've got some of this organza that's on here. I love this organza ribbon. We've got that, and I love it. Okay. So I'm just going to tie a bow. And I'm going to do what I call an air bow. Meaning I'm going to tie it in the air.
Yes, we got that part.
Okay. So, got it. Wrap it around. Do it just like you would tie a bow without a knot. I don't need a knot. We're just tying an air bow. And I always use more ribbon than I need. Don't pull it tight yet. We got to finagle this guy. We got to get him down where we need him. So, you can twist your little ribbons where they need to go and how they need to lay before you tighten it. And I like these to be tiny bows. I think they're so cute when they're teeny tiny. You can not use as much ribbon as I did here. I went a little crazy on my ribbon. All right. And this ribbon here, this metallic ribbon is wired, which I love because then I can do anything I want with this stuff. I love a good wired ribbon. And I'm making a tiny bow. It's probably really hard for you guys to see. Let me get in there and get that loosened up. All right, let's trim these edges. I'm going to show y'all a trick. So I used to work for a lady, and she made hair bows for a living. And this is how she would trim the ends of her bows. She would pull her ribbon out to the side. Let me see if I can do it this way. Like this. So see how it's out to the side? And she would line her scissors up with that edge and cut straight up. And that got her the perfect tail. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? That's how she... Why have I never shared that with y'all?
I don't know, but that's a good tip.
Yeah, you go straight up to that. I need to do a top tip on that because I've never shared that. She taught me that when I was very young. And you get the perfect length of a little bow. All right, and then what I did was I glued this down with my secret weapon. That's so secret, I've hidden it from myself. I think I left it in the other room. Oh, man. Hey, do y'all see my clothespin in there? Do you see one in here? I had one. Here's what I did. I put some glue up here. And then I put my bow in that glue. And then I just take my clothespin and just stick it on there to hold. Look at that. I just stick it on here to hold that down. I thought I had brought it in here with me.
Natalie said you only need 6 inches
6-inch ribbon curls.
to make a ribbon.
But
I don't think she meant it like that. I just kind of emphasized it that way.
6-inch ribbon curls. All right.
Okay, do y'all know where that's from? What movie that's from?
They do, because I quote that one all the time. Oh, my goodness. Which is your favorite? Gray or red? I have a clear favorite. Do I have a clear favorite?
I would think the one on the right would
The
be
gray,
your
I
favorite.
love
the gray
it.
with the black and red.
If I take this out, look at that. That's adorable. I don't know, though. I kind of like the green. Very Christmassy.
They're both good.
I love how that turned out. How easy was that, right? The whole trick is this piece right here. That's all. And I have to tell you something. See, you can see that split right there? Thank you. Let me I want to do this real quick so this will dry. I have found if you will take a clothespin and just hold your little bow in place while it's drying, just do that and it'll be fine. It'll dry. So here's the thing. When I first did this, I did it in 3 separate pieces, but that took a little bit and it was a little finagly and I didn't want to do that again. So that's why you saw me do the single piece. I got my measurements and then I made the single piece for you guys to see. I love it. I hope y'all love it. And it uses this stamp set and I used this stamp set. We have the die for this one and the die for this one cuts out all the pieces. Let me show you. Let me put all my dies back on here so you can see it. Slide that over there, let that dry. All right, so I don't remember what all goes everywhere, but you get in your die set, I think this goes over here. Where's my jar? Here it is. So there's the jar, and I'm missing the label piece. Here it is. Okay, and you get the label. Okay, so from the stamp set, you get a die for your words, friend, hello, and y'all. There's your words, which is cool because you can put it on here or just on your jar. You get the ruffle, you get the lid, you get the label, you get the bean, because that's a jelly bean. It's perfect for Easter. It's super cute. And you get the bee, which is this guy. And look, I'll show you because I've got some in my little bag. I'll show you what they look like cut out. This is how I store mine. And if I have extras, I put them in here. So there's your label. There's your jar. Look at the little bug. Oh my goodness. He is so cute, isn't he? And then your words. Oh, there's the bean. The jelly bean. And here's the words. So there you go. I cut these out at some point in time, probably for a demo, and had all these in my little thingy and thought I would show you. So that's what you get on your die set. And those are, I don't know how many we have in store. I will tell you this, if we have them, grab them, because I don't know if they're coming back, and I don't know when they're coming back. All manufacturing things that we are trying to figure out.
That we're dealing with.
All right, guys. Did you enjoy that? Was that fun?
I thought it was cute.
Yo, we did that start to finish in way less than 30 minutes. Way less. Because I just took 4 minutes showing y'all that die. It's 12:30.
Perfect.
Are you proud of me? I did it.
I'm very proud.
30 minutes. All right, so here's what we're going to do. If you've never been here before, we do something called the Crafter After Show. That's where we get together and we can talk about anything we want to talk about. And we have a lot of new product to show you because Christmas in July has been kicking off and I've been getting Vince to get me a whole bunch of stuff because I'm doing a whole lot of projects. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek to something in the Crafter After Show. Saturday and Tuesday's video, part 1 and part 2, I have to show you. You're going to want to see it. You're going to love it. So come to the Crafter After Show. Amanda will put a link in for you guys, and we'll wait until that's in there before we run off. But Amanda will put a link in there for you guys, and you can head to the Crafter After Show and see all the goodies that have come in. Oh, plus, I'm going to show you guys all the stuff you guys have sent me, which looks like it might be one card this week. I was trying to look and see. Yeah, looks like one card this week. So I'll show you that card that was sent in to us. And my old flippy out hair today. What is this guy? We need to name him.
You don't have to name a
This guy needs a name. He is for real. Do y'all see this thing? Let's call him Roscoe. That was my papa's name. We shouldn't call him that.
All right, let's go to the Crafter After
Did
Show.
you put the link? I'm just waiting for the link.
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't see the link. Once we
haven't
put the
seen
link
the
in
link.
there, we'll head over to the Crafter After Show. Oh, Amanda said, I didn't think about this. As long as we have both the stamp and the die in stock, if you'll call in, we can do a bundle price for you, but you have to call in for it. There it is. There's the link to the Crafter After Show. We'll see you there in just a matter of seconds. I'm going to turn this one off and head over to the Crafter After Show. See you in a minute, guys. Bye.
Bye.